And we're live! Hello, and welcome back to the Sigil stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here once again with the lovely and talented Mr. Gary Furlong. Eat it, Gary, eat it!
Never
We're also
again.
Joined once again by the immensely talented, one of my favorite people, Jay!
Whoa!
Yeah! Cheers! And joined, I guess for the first time on the Sigil stream, my wife, Mrs. Joe Guthrie.
We're married, deal with it.
Bam! Erica
None of
will
y'all
be
can
joining
have
us momentarily. We are back at it like a... Yeah, and we're here.
Like a pancake friend.
Pancake
Run
friend.
the jewels.
You know that lyric, right?
You know that lyric. It's great. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to be back. Hereafter, Chapter 3. We have taken a bit of a sabbatical, a bit of a break. Joe and I got married. We had a honeymoon. Jay went on tour. Gary got COVID again. It's been a great whole holiday.
All these things are equal.
Poor Gary.
Poor Gary.
I saw your tweets or your
It
Instagram
must have
posts.
been COVID. Like, it had to have been. Just be like, no, just a cold masquerading as COVID.
You had a super high fever, didn't you?
I did. It was in the hundreds.
Did you have to
Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
Yeah.
Did you have to take a cold
My blood
tomato
boiled.
bath? A cold bath?
We had to buy
Isn't that for a skunk?
2,000 tomatoes, and I just had to jump on them.
What is it they do in Texas to reduce fevers?
I assume it's some sort of tomato
Fevers
product.
don't exist in Texas. That's just, it doesn't
It's
happen.
just the temperature outside.
Get on outside, boy.
Harlan and I had fevers
Sunscreen.
too, but it was
But it was
food
a love
poisoning
fever.
related. Oh. Snap. Snap.
No, it was food poisoning. But
No.
Woof.
but you know what? One day of food poisoning is kind of just the norm, I think.
It happens to us all. Every day.
It's every day, right?
One day every day.
One day, every day. Yeah, I'm so excited to be back. It's nice. We went to the Dominican for our honeymoon, which was a great time. First time I've ever been. And we had some good music there. They had this wonderful DJ on the radio named DJ Chris, who really enjoyed the whistle.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
be a lot of remixes like
whistle, 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 whistle.
just like for a
Like
good
a
3
lifeguard
minutes.
whistle?
Yeah, like a lifeguard whistle.
Did he have the air horn as well? Like the beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
I
Chris.
was trying to remember the remix that he was doing. It was like a Madonna, Beyonce
Yeah, mashup.
mashup.
Yeah. I was picturing, though, that he was doing it similar to like a Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins, you know, where he's got like the one-man band thing. So he had like the whistle here.
Just not in a bad
Bob
British
Dylan
accent.
style. Yeah, exactly. So it was like,
DJ Chris.
honk, honk. Yeah, because I don't know. I think that would just be so much more impressive.
If you're watching, DJ Chris,
DJ Chris, if you're watching,
call us.
hit us up style. I would
get
really
on the
appreciate
show.
it.
There's nothing that you like more than after a full day of travel, just sitting on a
And hearing
on a
someone
hot
whistle in your
bus,
ear. Whistle,
with
whistle,
all
whistle, whistle, whistle,
your
whistle.
luggage.
Like comically, like to the point where we're just sitting there quietly because we've been traveling all day, you know, and you're kind of grumpy after flying all day, and we were hungover because it was a wedding, and we were just sitting there, and you know, at first we're like, and then 5 minutes goes by, and we look at each other like, this guy's like the whistle, and to the point where we're both then looking outside each other's windows, and then like another 5 minutes, and we're like, okay, this is actually a long time for a whistle to be utilized.
Was he on the bus with you?
No, it was the radio.
No. That would have been
what
good,
they
though.
loved out
Oh,
there.
okay.
I'm just
I
picturing.
pictured this dude at the
Wait,
top,
it
like in a
wasn't
small
live?
seat by the driver.
No,
I
it
pictured
was
him
on the
live on the
radio.
radio. Like I pictured him sitting there going like, whistle, whistle, whistle.
Well,
whistle.
he was sitting in front of like a fucking mix pad, and there's a
He's, like,
whistle
eating.
button, and he's just like deet deet
Yep.
deet 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 deet.
But some music's been in our veins, and Jay, you got to go on tour. Tell us about it.
I'm basically on tour from a few weeks ago until winter
September.
time.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, we're just doing like a lot of weekend warrior stuff, like going out. But this weekend we got to go to Newfoundland, which is awesome because I've never been there
So fun.
before.
Did you get screeched in?
No, so they only do it at like 5 p.m., 9 p.m., and 11 p.m. at the bars, and we missed it because we were playing.
What is
Bummer.
screeched in?
Oh,
You have to kiss a cod, I think is the what happened. Literally kiss a cod.
Okay.
and you have to
think.
drink screech, which is like a very
Right.
strong Newfie whiskey or rum. I don't. No, it's a whiskey.
Moonshine.
Do they
It's a
sound like
whiskey.
me out there in Newfoundland? Do they have the strange
No.
accents out there?
They have very
closer.
strong accents out there.
Was a prince?
Very
Closer to that, but they're more like.
They also have a lot of interesting-
Don't come until I tell you. Yeah.
Vernacular,
never
like a
sound
like that.
slang.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of colloquialisms that I didn't pick
You
up
spy.
on. Yeah,
Yes, but
really funny.
don't come here till I tell you.
Yeah.
Just remember that one a lot.
There was when we were coming home, there was a security guard who started yelling at me, and I couldn't, like, I was going through security and I couldn't figure out what he was yelling at me for. And one of our band
keep
members
going.
is from the East Coast, and she translated for me, but I forgot I was wearing my Gravedigger, like my Monster Truck t-shirt, and he was just yelling like, "Gravedigger, is that your job?" But I thought I was in trouble.
Gravedigger, that job. Hey, Gravedigger, is that job?
I don't know what you're saying. It's 7
That's
a.m. and I'm
so
really
good.
scared.
You know my favorite thing about
love
like
that.
communication breakdown like that. I'm totally fine with it because sometimes it's just kind of funny and you're like, what? But it always makes me confused when they get angry. You know what I mean? Like when someone that you can't understand gets angry.
Love that.
Not if you're asking, but like but always like one way. Like 'cause if I can't understand or whatever, I'm like, okay, like let's figure this out. But I remember just it's a similar situation and me just kind of being like, okay, and then them repeating it like, Gravedigger on your shirt, eh? And we'd be like, I don't know. Why are you getting angry? Please tell me what you need.
Can you
but
draw
then,
a picture? Is there a picture?
yeah, but then airports
can-
are like already a heightened sense of like.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always like going through an airport is like a perpetual state of being pulled over.
I know there's a gun in my bag.
Yeah,
Someone
exactly.
put it there.
Yeah, someone.
Yeah.
And the
For sure.
drugs
And
that I
it's
didn't
there.
have, but they're
Yeah.
in there.
That's the other fucking thing. When we were
Yeah.
getting back on the plane to go to the home place, so from our honeymoon to Toronto,
Yeah.
you have to take a bus on the tarmac to the plane. They don't have like
yeah.
one of those arms that goes up to the side and you have to walk up onto the plane.
Mm.
But before they would allow us to get onto this shuttle bus, they had all the passengers line up single file
Oh, yeah.
with
That was
all
funny.
of their bags at their feet, your carry-on luggage.
Like drop your bags.
and
And then
they
a dog came
They
by.
brought a sniffer dog, a German
All
Shepherd.
bags, which is totally fine.
Very
Like,
stressful though, because you know, of course, there has to be some kind of gun or drug in my
You
bag.
got cocaine in
Just
there.
know there is.
Yeah, but we're
Someone
all
put
lined
it
up
in
very
there.
awkward, very hot, very late, just waiting for our bags to be sniffed by like these like 4 or 5 drug enforcement officers and a dog walking through.
And immediately behind the dog, there's like a fucking mariachi band begging for money.
But they're like walking alongside the dog, And like
I'm not going to reach down into my bag for anything
what am I
at
gonna
this
do
point.
now? I'm not going to give you $1. Like, I'm literally just trying not to be attacked by a dog.
Reach down and the German Shepherd takes your fucking arm off.
They're so like that's really not even opportunistic. That's just bad business.
Well, I was confused at it, to be honest, and I've said that because they're
really
they help you a
aggressive
lot.
too. They were like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any money for us?"
Like, and that's fine because that's the culture and that's totally normal. Like with tipping, I got used to it pretty quick. But at that moment, it was like, read the room, man. Like, no one here is interested in listening to music. We're just standing here to get on a flight in 2 minutes, and you're checking us for drugs. Not the best time to be would you like a sonata along with your weight? It's just, I don't know. It's funny. But no, we had a great time. But we're glad to be back. It's good to be back in Canada.
Yeah.
Was it one of those holidays where like you do so much that you need a rest from the holiday, or was it a relaxy holiday?
No. Honestly, it sounds so corny, but the only real pullback was Henry. It was the only thing. If Henry had somehow hopped on a plane, his 5-year-old self had joined us, and then we did something else I'd stay there. Indefinitely.
Yeah, it was lovely. I mean, when you have someone who's taking care of all of your worldly needs, like you don't even have to make your own bed in the morning. And
I didn't wipe for 5 days in a row.
You're just like, can I avoid pooping myself? Can we work this out?
I don't want to do anything.
Is there a butler that can do that for me?
There must be a butler that can do this.
But like,
really cool.
it was a really lovely vacation because it was off season, right? No one's trying to escape the cold right now.
Best.
So the resort was dead. There was never anyone in the pool at the same
I love
time.
how we're just talking about our personal lives. Like we're not like we're just hanging out. Like, hey guys.
Well, we're waiting for Erica.
I know we're waiting for Erica. But okay.
Should we get on with
for
it?
those who aren't aware, we're at chapter 3 on Hereafter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Last week on Hereafter, you met you arrived in the Verdant City, and you met a number of colorful characters. Some who asked you to do some odd jobs here and there, but one in particular, a rabbit, a heron.
Gone.
I forget the name. Heron.
Herringbone.
Herringbone.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
A
Herring.
herring. Just a fish.
Judic?
Judic Marith. Yeah. Basically, she sort of alluded to the Verdant City treating her lesser than because she had a sort of an automaton part. She had a metal leg. Her and her dog,
Davmop?
lovable little Davmop, yeah. They
From a dab mop.
you were asked by a map seller to kind of get rid of them, but when you inquired about their whole dealio, they said that they would guide you through the forest, the deep forest, towards the first key for a price of $20 a day, 20 gold a day.
10 gold. No, 15 gold.
15.
15 gold.
5 gold?
15.
Two gold.
15 gold.
I believe it was
is
she was going to
final.
pay us.
Oh, and
18
look
for
at
the
this.
promises.
Erica's here.
I brought my rice.
Yes.
To share.
Absolutely. I'm going to mail you all like little bits and pieces. It won't be warm, but it will be warm by the power of
It
love.
will be filled with maggots.
Warm by
Will
the
be.
power
That's
of
actually
love.
that's the love.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Ew.
that.
Harlan, don't you have a thing about maggots? I think most people probably have a thing about maggots.
They're highly unpleasant.
Yeah, I don't enjoy anything about them. But I mean, I can't imagine most people would be like, "Well, I love the sound," or
I love
"Nothing
seeing
better
a
than
maggot
the
in my bed."
They're tasty.
I'm
Oh,
sure
no.
someone has some grubs for them. Like they make like cricket
High
flour.
protein.
I'm sure they must make something like that as well.
Yeah,
They sometimes use them medically to eat off dead flesh from.
Yes,
I have
they
seen
do.
that
people.
in the film Gladiator. That's
See,
true.
everyone
sister said that.
has their little benefit
nurse.
to help out.
And your sister's seen Gladiator, obviously.
Many times. That's where she learned her nursing abilities.
I actually
She
want
is
to
a
watch
gladiator.
Gladiator, so
She is a gladiator.
she is a
Medical Maggot is a great band name.
medical maggot. I love it. It's got to be like a grungy punk. No, you know what it
for
should
sure.
be? It should be
Our
like a
band's
fusion
name,
jazz,
perhaps?
just to say fuck you, right?
I could see
Let's
that.
go see medical maggot.
What about acid
The
jazz?
smoothest night you've ever heard.
Let's start it here right now.
We should all take up instruments we can't play.
Oh, I would love that.
I can play
That's
the
kind of jazz.
bassoon, but I don't remember how to play it, so that'll be a fun,
That's all you need.
interesting trip.
You can play it. It's just
I have
Have
at
you-
one point made notes.
Have you heard?
you can't stop me from playing the bassoon.
fun little tidbit for anybody who's watching it. I don't know if anyone is a fan of jazz, but if you like jazz and you like humor, does anyone know H. John Benjamin, the guy who voices?
Oh God, that's,
Yeah.
I love this thing that you're about to
So
say.
he has a jazz album, which you should check out, which I think is called Well, I Should Have. And it's an experimental jazz album where he plays the piano on it, but he doesn't know how to play piano.
Oh wow!
And it's actually fucking amazing.
All the other
it's
artists on
really,
the album are
here's this review.
professionals.
Well, that's a Whopper ad. Let's just skip that. But yeah, it's a brilliant album because it's not only hilarious, but it's so indicative of like jazz that
We
you
just-
don't
we
like.
just
You
have
know
to do a
there's
few
wrong notes
seconds.
in there, but it's also really enjoyable.
we don't want to.
So he's got like a backing band, right? He comes in, watch.
I love that
All right,
the
it's probably
musicians,
copyright, so I'll have to stop.
the other
But yeah.
musicians given space.
It's so good. The entire album is that though, and it's all like different jazz songs. Like one's a slow one, it's like
Ballad type.
and they're all
Even, like,
they all know what they're doing, and he's just like blum 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 blum. It's so clever. It's very. It's one of those ideas that you wish you had. You're like, oh, that's genius. And the picture on the cover is hilarious too. He's like sitting at a piano in like Dave. Remember that old stunt guy, Dave? I can't remember his name. He was like American. He wore lots of American stuff. Super Dave Osborne. He's like sitting at the piano in like a Super Dave Osborne, but like it's that kind of blue jazz greats faded grain picture,
So
like
good.
very very oversaturated. Anyway, yeah. So
That sounds about right.
Check that out
and
if you want to
that
fucking
little
laugh your
track
ass
we were
off.
listening to is
So
called
good.
"I Can't Play Piano" Part 1. So go check that out. H.
It even
John.
sounds like he's just kind of not. He's not pressing the keys. He's just going like,
Yeah.
belong.
It's very
It sounds one-handed, but like very curved, overhanded.
yeah. It's a very very funny concept.
He's a funny man.
He's a very funny man. It's nice though because you see records from like actual legitimate, like Matt
Jeff
Berry
Goldblum.
has one. Jeff Goldblum has one. Hugh Laurie has one.
Yeah, he's
Oh
great.
yeah.
He's great. Yeah, but and then you got H. John Benjamin. He's got nothing.
I think I should just do a piano album.
Maybe I should just like
It's
make an
all
album or
good.
something. I'm not even gonna sing on it. I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're ready to kick this bad boy off.
Let's fucking
Who's ready to play some
play.
D&D?
I am.
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
All right.
Me.
How do I do this again?
Me.
Countdown.
That's the
Here we
perfect
go.
response. We're all good.
Pick.
With a thundering crash, the gates of the verdant city, the copper-like doors reverberating metal in the hot sun, close behind you. And you are once again greeted by the steps, this time leading down, towards the world of the hereafter. Judic and Davmop waste no time leading the way to the deep forest, as the four of you share a knowing, if not frightful maybe look about what comes before. How's everyone feeling about this?
Optimistic and good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Garrus is more hopeful he's going to find... He thinks he's on the right trail to find his bro.
Yeah, because we received word of him previously.
Yeah,
right? That
he's
he had
gone out
stayed
to
in
look
that
for some
inn.
stuff.
Yeah.
Probably
we
in the
received
same
a lot
path
of
we went
different
on.
words when we were there, especially Sal's favorite, which were "I told you so." So as we are departing into the direction he wanted to go, and everyone has their own various reasons for following along and following after this new fellow, it's a good day. It's finally good proper start.
So you're feeling good about all of this.
Oh, it's feeling fantastic.
Wonderful. What about you, Cassidy?
Just so shaken after seeing what she did to Garrus's brother. Like, just so shaken. How do you recover from that? And also, I think she's really battling with herself because she doesn't want to bring it up because she thinks it'll not be a positive thing to talk about.
For good reason.
Yeah, so having a bit of an internal conflict.
Did
And
you?
maybe to refresh the audience and the players, you saw a vision. What did you see?
I saw Garrus's brother named Devinus. I saw Devinus look at me and then sort of plead. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
In a way. And when he did so, I then cut off his fucking head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Amazing.
Oops.
Heavy stuff.
Brea, how are you feeling?
That's a great question. I think Brea is feeling a little more sullen and moody than even is normal for her. Because there is something that's been jiggling around in the back recesses of her mind, which is that it's not fucking fair that Sal and Cassidy both seem to have experienced this transmogrification, this like body changing situation as part of their resurrection, and she hasn't been able to experience that, and that's something that she resents what's
Has
happening.
Brea changed at all?
No.
In any way?
Not even emotionally.
Nope.
In fact, she's gotten worse. Oh, I guess that would be a change. Well, you don't feel as envious as you watch Sal try to walk downstairs as a half-wolf person, because everyone knows an animal going down is always having a tougher time, and especially one that's so front-heavy. So it's like very like...
He's compensating by leaning way
fully back?
onto himself.
So back.
The legs are going down kind of front, but he's gonna go.
Are you trying to
Does
look
that hurt
forward
your-
at the same time? Like, am
Yeah.
I gonna miss a step?
Does that hurt your core, though, or are you super flexible there?
I
'Cause
feel like you can kind of lay back on your butt a bit. Like
Yeah.
it's you're laying back far enough that you're laying on whatever hind
So you
legs
could like
have.
sunbathe on yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Your spine is
You have your
But
own
he's
So
also,
flexy.
Well, it's at the waist, right?
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of hip motion going on, very limbo ready. But mostly he has to kind
At a
of feel
certain
his
height,
way
though.
pop down. Oh
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
go
You
down
could
too
limbo
low.
from like
the tallest
from
limbo.
like 4 to 7 feet. You're great. Anywhere within that.
Master at that.
I can totally limbo under a 7-foot pole.
No, but like 4 to
Almost-
7. Like,
almost
You can
flawlessly.
get down to 4 if that's the ground. But anything beneath that, no. Perfect. So yeah, the 4 of you being led by this rabbity-looking Judic as she sort of walks with a hop, not because of her lineage, but because of her leg, which you can see as much as she sort of moves, it stiffens up every once in a while, sort of seizes. And even sort of glancing at it as you walk, you notice that there's a great deal of rust sort of spotted on it. You imagine it'd be difficult to maintain in an environment much like this, where it seems like the major city doesn't really accommodate those who may be, let's say, different than the norm, or at least as they perceive it. The path towards the deep forest is similar to the one you took when arriving to the Verdant City. At the bottom of the long stone steps, you see the river that circles the entirety of the city, and Judic leads you to a wedge of this pie-shaped land, a wedge that actually isn't far off from the one that you exited from. And I think I showed you all a picture. Yes! Get my amazing picture.
Of
So
the
you left.
pizza.
Yeah, the pizza of the hereafter.
As they
Which is
say.
black olives.
That's
I'm gonna
it.
make I'm gonna make a special Hereafter pizza.
I would
then
genuinely love that. First
You
slice.
can order everything for you want.
For the different pizza pie slices, I know
Yeah.
that there were mountains on either side of Pleasant Valley, and I think they all have mountains on either side of their wedge.
Correct.
But walking into them, do they all have the same kind of like grassy look that then eventually blends into what their true environment is, or is
Yeah,
it
so
sharp
the-
cut off?
No, so the verdant city sort of is the greenery that bridges it all together, and it's similar to the Pleasant Valley. But as you move into the deep forest, it actually appears almost like a wall, and slowly you start seeing the greenery of the forest approach. Judic sort of raises an eyebrow towards each of you as she crosses the stone bridge towards it, and almost immediately you see it, this rather sudden, orderly row of massive, twisted hardwood trees that are missing most of their foliage. What leaves remain on the trees are golden, though most of them have fallen and sort of serve as a golden carpet across this whole region as far as you can see, which admittedly isn't that far in. The ground seems flat, other than the two, stone mountain walls on either side, unlike the valley that you left, which had roaming hills that sort of gave the terrain an up and down feel. It seems like the trees just stretch on for miles, and there is one thin footpath that leads into the woods past this row of trees. At first, it seems easy to follow from the outskirts of where you are, though the twisting trees make it relatively difficult to see too far into the path. And Judic sort of stands next to it. She drops the pack off of her back, and she scoops up Davmot and puts him in her backpack, sort of giving a nod to the turtle strapped to your chest, Cassidy. And she picks up a small piece of wood from her backpack and sort of shakes it, and it's almost like an extendable walking stick as it unfolds and sort of helps her steady herself for a moment.
No offense, Judic. Or I don't intend any, but it doesn't seem like there's much leading required here. Just the one path, right? Or is there something to this that we're not seeing, maybe?
She sort of smiles and looks back over your shoulder towards the verdant city. If you would rather me not come with you.
No, not at all. That's not what
Pay
I'm
for
saying.
presents.
But I'm just curious where this is going to get tough.
She sort of gives you a soft smile and nods. Look, the truth of the matter is, if any of you went into these woods, you would be lost within the hour. I know these woods like the back of my hand, because I've been in them many, many times. You'll have to trust me on this. I'll be saving you, at the very least, an entire day.
All right. Sorry.
No, she's not saying it's shitty.
Yeah, but Brea's like, fine. Okay. Jeez.
Fuck.
What kind of trees are these, by the way?
Great question. Yeah. Sal, you walk up and you lick one, as is wont to do.
Tradition.
Yeah. You lick the tree, and it tastes like a tree that you've actually only heard legend of, because it comes off ashy on your tongue. White ashy, which is unlike the tree itself, because they don't have a white hue to them. And you know this because it's famously one of the most prominent trees in a lot of mythological sort of stories, a lot of mythology that you come from, which is an ashen tree, and not an ash tree, but an ashen tree, which is one that is said to be a type of tree that is almost an illusion of itself. That white powder comes off of it. It still has sort of the girth and the thickness of a tree that can't be pushed over, but it's almost like, touching something coated in like a pollen or
someone
something.
Squished together with a
Kind
crumble
of, yeah.
kind of
It's
thing.
still a living breed. It just has a very unique sort of powder that comes from it.
Okay. If I scratch it at all, what happens in terms of marks that it leaves behind?
Yeah. it doesn't look like it affects the tree all that much. You can kind of scratch it the way you would bark. But as you pull your hand back again, under your fingertips, it's all sort of this white ash.
Does it
It's
seem like
interesting.
it would stain clothing if you like, or would, and if it does, would it just dust off?
It looks like it would just dust off, yeah.
Okay.
Any tracks in the ground, humanoid or otherwise?
Great question. Why don't you give me a roll?
Survive?
Yeah, survival roll.
Okay.
Roll.
12.
Yeah, that's a good roll. But not good enough. You don't see any tracks.
Looks clear to me.
Perfect. And unless there's any questions, Judic says, I suggest we start off. And she stops a few steps in and she says, it should go without saying, but stay close to me. And if we do get separated, I would not drink from the fountain.
Fair words. Any other
Anything
tidbits?
else? Yeah.
Yeah, just don't get lost.
Fantastic.
I like her.
And she moves into the autumnal wood, and she's gone. No one sees her. You can't follow her.
No. Mission
We
failure.
paid for that.
I'm so thirsty. Is there a fountain nearby?
You stay close on her heels, and very quickly, the wood, it's filled with tall, deciduous trees, many of them shedding most of their foliage. These ashen trees that you now know, Sal. And as you move in, the forest floor is soft and even. The occasional grass tuft sticking out from among the autumnal splendor that surrounds you. And despite its thickness, despite how claustrophobic it feels and is, the air is crisp and cool and fresh and smells of fall. And it almost feels like one of the first breaths of fresh air you've had in the Hereafter. The Pleasant Valley was gorgeous. It felt like summer, but the humidity almost made it feel like you were standing next to a shore where the cold crispness gives the appearance of it being a different season entirely, one that you're more familiar with coming from Asoria. And as you follow this path, staying close, it very quickly begins to twist and turn. The trees themselves, twist and protrude in weird shapes, and to the point where it almost feels like they move at times. As you move further in and dusk begins to settle, you can swear that maybe off to the right, at first there's just a slight movement of the trees themselves, and then again to the left, and then behind you as you all try to keep up with Judic, who's doing a good job of making sure that no one gets lost.
Brea's like kicking these golden leaves kind of morosely as she travels, keeping an eye on her party, keeping a sullen eye in the woods all around her. Can I make a perception check to see if I spot anything with my brooding eyes?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Brood away.
I
Brood.
will.
Brood. You brood. Such a brood.
So totally broody right now.
17?
Yeah, that's actually a good roll. That's
Not bad.
actually a good roll.
You're like so good at this.
What? Yeah,
Thank you.
You study the forest. There's a few oddities that jump out. It seems like the trees, the trunks of them, despite how winding and knotted the sort of tops are, the trunks almost seem regularly spaced. Like as if it was not a man-made forest, but one that sort of had a planning towards it, which sort of tracks with a lot of the way this world is designed, obviously. But and it appears that these footpaths that you're following, which do sort of jut off, but she keeps you on the straight and narrow. It does seem like they head largely straight for the most part.
It's like strangely organized.
It's strangely organized. It gives you the impression that an enchantment lies upon this forest to almost cause confusion.
So for some of these, I know these are really, really twisty paths, but of the couple that branch off, do they look different from the one that we're following or that she's leading us through?
No, I think they all look the same. And that's sort of where, and every once in a while she'll stop and sort of sniff at the wind. And, you know, her floppy ear straightens up and it kind of like twitches a little bit and then flops down again. And she takes you on sort of an alternate direction.
I love her.
And she's great.
Right.
And as you push your way through a copse of trees and the path sort of widens, you see off to the right a fountain.
Can I ask an off-topic question about our guide?
Sure.
You mentioned these like automaton type robotic elements of her body.
Yes.
And how it's like one leg specifically.
Yeah.
Are we talking steampunk, like cogs and gears, gold and brass, and like glass elements? Or is it a lot more like modern robotics with, you know, steel and like hydraulics and shit?
I sort of cringe at steampunk,
But it feels right.
but it feels more.
Brass or silver?
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I'll openly admit, steampunk is something that I like the idea of, but almost every execution I always go,
She's got a top hat on it with a,
And
cog
with
for
like
no reason.
goggles and like
Monocle.
goggles.
So
and-
none
All
of
the
those
cogs
things
are monocles.
Which I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. You know,
Goggles.
people are great. I love people who are passionate about their stuff, but there's definitely a cookie cutterness about it. It's not nothing about the people who enjoy that, but there's a cookie cutterness about it that almost seems so, you know, it's like that's the visual.
It's a
of
bit
steampunk.
cliche.
It's a bit of a cliche is more the reason I dislike it, not because I want to bully anybody.
But I think that like fantasy versions of technology are so interesting because
I agree.
it feels like you're kind of trying to find a like human analog for a time in our history when we were kind of at that.
Yeah,
level, I
and there's
suppose?
there's like the Mad Eye Moody type version where he's kind of got it's like piratey almost. It's like piratey more than it is steampunky, But obviously there's some maybe it's rubber bandy, but we'll say it. No, it is. It's.
She looks like you opened up a grandfather clock, or more like you opened up a steam engine. What is the vibe?
or
Gear
even
punk,
Yeah,
gear punk, or
retro
even
futuristic.
the way those other creatures that we fought in the previous game. Those.
yeah, the automatons, right?
What were they called?
The drones,
Modrons?
Yes,
Modrons?
kind of like that. Which they are steampunky, but they're also a bit more organic. They have like wings and shit. Anyway, but yeah, a good question, and I would say it is sort of like that brassy. And
Thank you, Jeff.
Geary.
There's
That was a question from Jeff.
No.
That's
Jeff
exactly-
just posted an image of a woman with
Absolutely.
it looks like a machine gun for a
that's
leg.
from
Rose McGowan from that
yeah.
film.
We
The
haven't
Robert
reached that
Rodriguez.
stage yet. She hasn't fought anything yet.
What was it
I'm
called?
very excited to see the evolution of her
Yeah.
robot leg.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for the diversion. So
No,
we see a
not at all.
fountain.
So Judic exits the forest edge of the trees and she gestures towards a fountain. And as she does, you hear the telltale sounds of creatures moving off to the side. You spot them, they spot you. There's an awkward moment of
Spotting.
pausing. There's like everyone's sort of reaching for their weapon. And then you do. Everyone roll for initiative.
We didn't even drink from anything.
Our first combat.
Cha-cha.
Oh shit! I'm not even.
Oh, fuck you,
damn it.
everyone. I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Sorry, that resulted in just violent cursing of my friends.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
23. So what do these fools look like?
What
I'm
don't
jumping
they
the
look
gun.
like?
I'm
At
sure you're
first
going to
you
tell
can't
us.
see because the scene's not
Not loading.
visual. But you'll see in a moment, he said. But let me get everybody's initiative. So
Nice.
Rhea's obviously
A
going
solid
first.
13.
Hey, that's pretty decent.
Deece.
Yo, that's dice, man.
I'm using my new dice that you bought for me, Harley.
Me?
They are my femest dice yet. They are pink
Oh.
and sparkly.
Nice.
They are
Does that work?
They match your nails.
I'm going to use...
I have
They
matrimonial
don't,
dice
but
that
they
I'm
look
not
like it on
using.
camera. Matrimonial. Oh
Yeah.
The ones that we got you?
Yeah.
Use them!
cute.
They're upstairs.
We'll wait.
Yeah, mine
this
are
is
in the other
important.
I can actually go see if I. But then I will find them. But then I'd
okay,
have to do
guys.
math, so I won't use them.
Oh, forget math.
You just want to
fair.
have them in your
I wanna
hand
have
while you
them.
use something else to roll dice. It's okay.
They're downstairs. No, they're downstairs. I can. Okay, give me 30 seconds. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Done. I need
30,
to figure out how to make the
29,
screen visual anyway. Can you see your character?
7. Nope. 26.
I
I
can
see
see
everyone's
mouses.
little icons.
Mises.
Okay.
24.
Why do I not have this?
21,
Does this work? Hold on. Do I just not have light in this scene?
17.
I planned this a long time ago. We haven't used it.
13. 12.
No,
9.
Seems
8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2.
preload scene. Maybe I
Whistle,
need-
whistle, 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 whistle.
Whistle, whistle, whistle,
Whistle,
whistle,
whistle,
whistle,
whistle,
whistle,
whistle,
whistle, whistle.
Token visibility,
DJ
fog
Chris.
exploration, unrestricted vision
Pew,
range.
pew, pew. Tweet,
Fog.
tweet, tweet.
Expiration.
I would love to play as a Harangon as my next PC.
Maybe
I know. I'm
transition
inspired.
Reset fog of war.
I had
Nice.
a pet rabbit all through my growing up years.
So did I.
Did you? What was your rabbit's name?
I had 2 rabbits. One was called Speed and one was called Rosie. Speed, because she was very fast. We didn't
Yes.
know the drug speed at the time.
Yeah.
Ah.
Could she go below 50 miles an hour?
Nope.
Or she'd explode.
Speed rabbit. She was white with red eyes, and then Rosie was black with brown eyes, and Rosie did not like Speed.
Oh, that's the best.
She used to beat the shit out of her.
When you get
my
two
God,
pets
so bad.
to keep each other company and they end up in a war.
It's exactly what we did. Oh, we gotta get Speed a friend. Rosie was an enemy.
They're in my
had-
suitcase still because someone has not unpacked yet.
Mm.
Oh.
I know
Me
that
neither.
feeling.
Yeah!
Yeah, table 6.
Oh my god, the
Table
Lord
six.
at table 7.
Slow to unpack.
They'll never know.
Why is it not? It's not showing up for anybody, right?
No.
I can't see
I
it. No,
see
it's black
black,
still.
black.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate suspense for this.
Restrict visibility within the scene to the
What
visual
color of
control.
dice did you get,
Set.
Erica?
There we go.
Yeah.
I think I got
So
the
you
nice,
can
the nice
just
blue
see
ones, but then I
everything.
traded one with James, which is really cool.
I did
Yeah,
too.
Jane's so cool.
Wait,
Oh.
you traded one with
Just
so you
one.
have like
Restrict visibility
oh,
to
that's
the
fun.
James went around trading dice with people he's played with before, so he has a unique, like, full set of just
Yeah.
all
That's
different dice.
so
It's so nice.
smart.
Right?
Aww.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
That's really sweet and smart. James, you're not listening, but know that we think you're very sweet and smart.
James.
James.
So smart.
I miss that guy.
Yeah, he's a cutie. All right, what do we got? So you had a 20.
23, baby.
Yeah. Gary.
13.
Erica.
I got a 17.
Nice.
So sad. Why
Jay?
so sad?
I don't want to go that soon.
8.
I'm hanging back.
8.
You took my 8.
I'm gonna get my dice too.
Get him.
I got dexterity at the butt and I rolled terrible on initiative.
She's
You
got
rolled a 2.
I rolled
ass dexterity. I'm gotta look at my character to make sure I know how to play this game.
I was looking through mine going, I've forgotten how I set
I
this
forget
up.
it all.
Say ass
All of this.
dexterity.
You gotta have it.
I only
have
just
it.
saw
Gotta
Jay's
have
token,
ass.
and that's pretty fantastic.
Gotta have ass.
How do I move? Never mind.
Does it work?
Do I
Does
own
moving work?
I just
our
how,
tokens?
how do I like move like pan?
I got a natural 20
you can
as well.
right click and drag.
Oh, so you can.
I got a
sweet.
natural 20.
Uh-oh. Wait, for
I want people
Judic?
to celebrate for me.
For Judic or the bad guy?
Bad guy's
Aiming
got
for
a
the bad
nat
guys.
20.
Wait, yeah, that's right.
Oh, we
Boom!
don't have an icon for Judic, do we?
Yeah, no.
We don't
It
have
should be the Cadbury bunny.
the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, no. Judic's going to get a 6, so she lasts.
She doesn't exist yet, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's really something.
So lame. All right.
I'm excited.
As
Me
you should
too.
be.
Let's
They're-
do
You
some
exit from
battle.
the trees, and there's a moment. You look at them, they look at you. At first, neither party is entirely sure what the other should do. And then, with a growl, the large creature that stands just to the north of you points his sword and screams something in a language that most of you probably won't be able to understand. Unless you speak Goblin, which then most of you may.
Jack. Don't think so.
Goblinoid.
Damn it, I do not. I do not.
The large
think so.
hulking creature that stands to the north of you has dark orange skin. He stands looking menacingly. But it is not his turn first. It is your turn, Brea.
Ha ha ha! Hooray and ha! Cool. I'm gonna yank out a handful of hair and throw it on the wind, and it wends its way towards this creature, wrapping black tendrils around his eyes and seeking his mouth. I hex him.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And then I am going to pull out my weapon, which is my bow for this instance,
Classic.
and I will fire upon him.
Okay.
Natural 20.
No
Yes,
way.
sir. Yes, I did. Whistle, 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 whistle,
Whistle, whistle, whistle.
Unfortunately, I'm not dealing sneak damage right now,
Correct.
but I'm going to be dealing 2d6 piercing damage and also 2d6 necrotic damage.
Nice.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Whistle, whistle.
Wreck 'em.
19 damage.
Correct. Well done.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Yowza.
And then I'm going to scoot 30 feet to the east.
Perfect. As you send two harsh arrows to the north to this creature that pointed its sword at you, you drop him.
Fuck yeah.
He dies instantaneously in a bloodbath. Just.
That's
But you've pissed off a lot of other people
Whistle, 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 whistle.
from the north. You see a small goblin approach. Just gonna move them first.
Oh. They're all pretty headed towards that.
Oh, goodness
fountain.
gracious.
They're all moving around. To the north of you, Cass, Sal, and I don't have this on here. Damn it, sorry. To the north of you, Cass, Sal, and Garrus, you see a pretty beefy-looking goblin walk out. He's small, but his stature implies that he has some experience in these woods. He looks almost well-versed in the art of war, more so than the one that was just dropped. And he pulls out a javelin from his back, and he attacks. He's going to attack Cass,
Bring it.
because you just killed his brother.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit.
Not you. The party did. That is probably going to miss with a 10.
It does, but I'm gonna use my reaction to catch it.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Perfect. Do it.
Although maybe I can't. I guess it doesn't say if it has to hit or miss. It just says I can use my reaction. But
I like it.
I can also spend a key point to chuck it back.
Do it.
I'm gonna do
Do it.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
How far is he? Sorry, more than 20
He
feet, right?
Yeah, he's like 40 feet.
Okay, I do have disadvantage, but let's just do it.
Just do it. It's great. He rolled with disadvantage as well.
I rolled 14.
No, you throw it. You catch it. As
Here's
he
your
misses.
javelin back.
You spin it around and you chuck it back at him, and it lands at his feet. And you see for a moment there's like a visible fear washing over him
Oh,
as he realizes that you're not just gonna go silently into that good night.
no. I'm not.
Meanwhile, the other three that have come around the west of the bush or the tree, the copse of trees in the center, look towards you, Brea. Mm-hmm. The one closest to the bush pulls out his longbow, and he goes to hit you with a Ooh, that's going to be a 22 to hit.
It does.
Oh, man. That's going to be a 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
As he attacks you. And he kind of laughs a snarky laugh. Snarky. The one next to him looks a little different than the one that you killed and the one that just attacked you. He wears sort of a long, ragged cloak. And it sort of wafts in the cool, crisp autumnal breeze. And instead of a sword or a bow, he holds what looks like a staff. He spins the staff in his hand once. And he casts...
God, the suspense.
And he casts...
Good vibes.
Fucking spill. Give it
Yes.
to me.
I'm just debating.
I know.
Yeah. He casts a wave of thunderous force towards you.
Oh, rude.
Yeah.
Actually, no, never
bastard.
mind. You know what? I'm going to go with what I was going to do. He casts Fireball.
Oh,
No,
Oh God.
that's still pretty bad.
It's much worse.
Much worse.
I was like, well, no, you know what? He casts Magic Missile because he wants to do a little bit more.
Make
So-
up your mind, damn it.
Well, I realized that Fireball would be a little bit too much for even him because I don't think he's as worried about you. So,
Okay.
3 glowing darts sort of send out of the tip of his shaft.
tell us more.
And 2 of them are going to hit you for 4 damage. The first one, 3 damage. The second one.
I'm going to use my uncanny dodge to have the damage on one of those. So
Okay.
I'm going to take 5 damage only.
Perfect. And then the third missile, I think he's going to send... How far away is he from you guys? 65 feet. Yeah, he's still good. He's going to send one towards Garrus.
No.
Just to pick away at you for 4
No,
damage.
Don't do it.
So the 3 missiles sort of light
Missile,
the,
missile,
the
missile,
dark
missile,
night
missile,
sky
missile,
in the autumnal woods as they sail across towards you. And then the final goblin, who also looks like his meaty friend to the north, also, he's actually just going to run up to you, Brea. We're going to attempt to another. It's going to land right about, we'll say, there.
All right.
And he looks at you and laughs. All right. Erica, Sal's turn. What do you do?
Well, Sal is in a fairly good mood. He was, at least. And he's not going to waste any of this progress that he's been making so far, which is to say any. So he is going to use his wonderful power of moving to move. Where was I? Here?
The power of
was that 40?
moving.
One of these was 40.
That looks good.
That's 40. Okay, perfect. And then from here, because that is in range, I'm going to cast Ice Knife. And I'm going to cast it at
No
level
way.
3.
Wait.
Wait, I got it. Where is it? There we go. Ice knife.
Yay!
Exactly that intensity.
I made that
missed
so
it.
long ago.
This gentleman who shot us from the robes, I don't think anyone is within 5 feet of him, but that's okay. He's within 5 feet of himself, so I'm going to shoot him.
Nice. Do
So
it.
this bolt of ice, shaped oddly knife-like, is going to come sailing towards him. That is a 12, but I do have inspiration.
Okay.
Could I use my inspiration?
I think I ruled it that you can use inspiration to re-roll, didn't I?
You did.
I believe you
Yeah,
did.
go for it.
That's what I'm doing now before anyone can say it. And that is a dirty 20.
Nice.
It hits face.
Yes,
Yes.
Erica.
Which one was it? The one standing next to the trees?
The caster.
The caster. Okay, cool. Yeah, that hits.
So at level 3, that means that what is it? So he takes the 1d10, right?
Yeah. Does he?
Yes, he takes the 1d10.
Okay.
which is only 3 damage for that,
Okay.
which is not great. But he also now gets to take the explosive bolt of ice
Yeah.
because hit or miss the shard that explodes.
Yes.
So each target and each creature within 5 feet of it must now succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay,
Nice.
so it's just him that has to succeed on a dexterity
Just him.
saving throw. Okay, cool. Let's do this.
Ice.
Better fail.
Ice nice.
Awesome. I'll use my black die. Here we go. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Damn it!
Sorry.
What's he take on a fail?
Yeah.
Oh, does he take half? Oh my god, that'd be amazing. No.
I'm sure you would take some.
He better. That's a
No.
3rd level spell slot.
No.
Come
Nothing?
on.
Wow, nothing.
Oh, no.
Ashamed.
Ice knife.
Ice
You're
knife. Fail me.
unused to casting spells in your strange new body.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
awkward shape, and that's my fault for bringing ice knife to a fireball fight.
Nice. Good joke, though. I'm going to give you inspiration
Yeah.
for that joke. You used it and you got it back for being hilarious. All right. Next up is Garrus. Garrus is muted because he's deep in thought.
Oh goodness gracious! I'm gonna move.
Great balls
up.
of Garrus.
Come on! I'm gonna move. Move, you fool! Okay, Garrus is gonna. There we go. He'll move there. Now, then Garrus is gonna look. This guy is the magic caster. Yes, this is the
red
red
boy.
one.
Yes.
Red boy. So Garrus
You
is
caught
going
on
to
to my secret little plan.
Garrus is gonna bonus action hex this dude.
Yes.
Whoa.
I don't know. Does he have a save for that, or does he just get hexed?
He just is
It
it.
just is.
You just is hexed. Cool.
We are all the hex.
So I'm gonna hex him, and then I'm gonna try and hit him with a eldritch blast, cause it a cantrip. So I think I'm allowed to cast it.
Wait, hold on. Warlocks like Eldritch. What is this called? Eldritch Blast?
Eldritch blast.
I've never heard of this.
It's not a lot of people use it, especially not with warlocks.
It's kind of new.
Underrated.
Little experimental.
I love it. Cool.
So I'm just gonna try hit him. I rolled, and it's probably not that good. Okay. I'm going to assume that your generosity with the inspiration will only be like, I have to re-roll it or I don't re-roll it. So I'm going to fuck it. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Yes!
Yay.
So Garrus will open his mouth. I think Garrus's Eldritch's blast, that's how you say that, comes
Yeah,
off
correct.
his tongue. So he like opens his mouth and goes like, blah. And
Nice.
2 bolts
that.
of Eldritch Blast will be concentrated on this one dude.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm gonna do my 2. Oh my god. That's so bad. That's
What?
like, okay, now. But I have some stuff that Garrus can do. So he takes 14 damage from the Eldritch Blast,
That's not bad.
That's good
but he's also
damage.
going to take 4 more because of my agonizing blast, I think it's called. Let me check the name of it. It's an invocation. Agonizing Blast. When you cast Eldritch Blast, add +4 to the damage it deals on the hit.
nice.
And I'm going to roll a d6 for the necrotic damage that he takes from the hex.
That's what I want to see.
Agonizing.
Where the d6?
Agonize him.
Be agonized, you red bastard. So that's 2. 2 + 4 is 6, + 14 is 20, I think.
Attaboy.
Hey, 20 damage.
Great job.
Yes.
Big round of applause for you. Wait, I can do that, can I?
Oh, that's much better than my golf clap.
Thank you. Thank you.
One-handed clap. Great job. Cool.
that's it.
Okay. Well done. Next up, we have Jay.
Get him,
This-
Cassidy.
This fool up on the left, top left, is dead, correct?
No.
Oh,
he's
the
not.
one- no, this one was dead. That I
Oh,
just took him
thank
off.
you. Thank you. Okay. So I can assume that everyone on the battlefield is alive and well.
Yeah.
Typically.
Okay, good. All right. I'm gonna move on up to this fool over here.
Moving on up.
Yes, I love that.
Hi there. I'm real sorry about this, and I'm gonna just punch him in the face.
He's like, That's right. He's the Tasmanian Devil.
Ooh, I rolled a 25.
Nicely
Nice.
done.
And we're level 5, right? I think I
We
got
are.
2 of those punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got our big boots on.
I'll roll to hit again.
Do it.
I only rolled a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Boo.
Aw.
Boo.
First punch does 7 damage.
Nice.
And then bonus action, I'll just take another unarmed strike.
Just punch him to death.
Do it.
Yeah.
Punch, punch.
Punch him in the face until he dies.
Oh, I'm
Wait.
rolling so bad tonight. This is 12.
Yeah, that
Ooh.
misses. But you're doing some meaty punches to him.
Thank you for that.
That's the sound.
Blech.
You have him
So
punching.
meaty.
It's meaty. That's what I say.
And you have a turtle strapped to your front as you're doing this.
And he's helping so much.
He's
Can
making
Simon,
like an angry
can,
turtle face.
can you be doing like little punchies with me?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
he legs
Simon's
out or
like-
is he legs in? Like,
And he thinks he's helping a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. He's like he's like a distraction.
He's a +1 for intimidation.
+1 for intimidation.
Yeah.
Little Simon Toidle.
If you
I
turn
love
him
it.
around, does he do like +1 AC? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, he's like a shield. You can use
No,
him as a
I'm
shield.
not using him as a
But
shield.
he dies the first time you get hit.
It's like an expendable shield.
He'll come
one-
back.
20s.
Poor little turtle.
Perfect.
He splits into 2 turtles.
Judic. Judic takes a few steps forward. Did I drop this on the map? By the way?
I did.
Someone
I didn't know
did.
how
Oh.
to get rid of it. I'm sorry.
No, it's now
Total
forever
noob.
there. It's just a weird stain.
So sorry.
Quick as a flash, she reaches into her bag and, like her folding stick, she unfurrows a longbow, and she takes a quick swipe at the goblin to the north and hits
Yeah.
with a dirty 20.
Judic.
Whoa.
Filthy.
Yeah.
Get him.
Prepared.
This is the one you already hit as well. Oh no, you hit the other one, sorry. This is Gobbo 1. This one has not been hit yet. So she hits him and does 7 damage.
Nice.
And she attacks again and misses. But she sort of calls out and says, "If you can get your way to the fountain, dip a blade in it."
Ooh.
Top of the round, Brea.
Okay, so Brea is going to use a bonus action. I rolled my concentration checks quietly, but I did pass them all when I took damage.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Promise. One of them I just barely made it with equal
now I know
to
you're
the
telling the
DC.
truth. Because you just barely made it.
I just barely made it, but I did. I promise.
That adds validity.
I'm going to use my bonus action to transfer my hex to the fool that is currently in melee combat with Cassidy.
Amazing.
Then I'm going to fire at that same creature with my short bow, dealing sneak damage if I do hit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I jump over your arrows.
Yeah. That's only a 14. I think that misses.
That misses.
Yeah, bummer. And then I am going to slowly move into this cover.
Do, 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 do.
It's like that Homer Simpson meme when
Yeah.
he disappears into the hedge.
Goes backwards.
That. I do that.
Awesome. Well, it is all of the creatures' turns now.
Oh.
Yes. The one that Judic just fired at didn't like that. He pulls out another javelin, and he is going to throw it at her with disadvantage. Not Judic.
No.
What did she fire with? What was her weapon? I missed it.
Longbow.
Ooh.
And he misses anyway. Splendidly misses.
Yes.
And she doesn't even catch it. She just steps out of the way.
Huzzah.
And then he gets angry and he's like, "Fuck this," and he runs up.
Give it back.
And he stands in front of her.
That was
You're
my best
stupid.
arrow.
The one standing in front of you, Cassidy,
Yeah.
pulls out his scimitar and attacks.
Okay.
The first with a 18 plus
Oh. Yeah. I mean,
4. So that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And it's going to do 5 slashing damage.
Oof.
The next hit is with disadvantage. And he misses with a 7.
Yep.
But he sort of licks the blood that he drew from you off of his own blade and snarls excitedly.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's unsanitary.
Yeah. He's like, nah.
No, thank
That's all he
you.
does.
All of us just shake our heads slightly.
The hobgoblin standing next to the copse of trees with his longbow out, he is going to turn it towards you, Sal, and he is going to take a shot at you.
I mean, that's fair. I am going to kill him.
I did deserve that.
From all of the ice knife.
That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Actually, I do think that hits, which is very frustrating. Yes.
It does? Bummer. I mean, not for me, but that's going to be a 8 piercing damage.
Okay. You have the tone of double digits.
Sorry. And then the caster looks towards everyone on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Bastard.
Yes. And he is going to... Let's see. He's going to do some not too nice stuff, probably. Should I just do this one that we can't remember how it works? Yeah.
I love that. I love
think-
when that happens.
I think for fun, he's going to cast Gust of Wind.
Oh, fuck.
So a 10-foot wide. You know what? He had the economy. I'll just move him down one more.
I hate.
No, you hated it because we were doing weird rules. This will be fine. So he does a 10-foot wide, 60-foot long. So basically this entire way, up until just before Judic.
10
Wow.
feet is 10 feet's only the 2.
Yeah, not this way from the center.
What?
Yeah. Look, 10 foot.
No, that's
That's 5.
movement. So
10
each
foot.
square is 5 feet wide. 10 feet is 2 squares.
Fine. He'll just blow Sal into this. I mean, that's the ropes.
And
That's them's
Judic.
the ropes.
Will he hit his own person too?
No,
hurt them
he'll walk
to
back.
death?
Actually, he wouldn't
I don't want
really
to
know
get
that.
crazy here.
He wouldn't really know that. So yeah, sure, he'll blow both. He'll blow everybody. He'll just fucking blow everybody.
Dirty
Get in
bastard.
line. I'm going to blow all
So
of you.
both of you must make a strength saving throw.
Oh, can we not make that?
You know what? If you don't want to,
It's
13!
Let me,
the DC is 13. So you're
Set.
good.
Yeah!
all right,
Garrus?
hold on. I'm gonna roll it now. Sorry, my little cloak gives me a +1. I think.
nice.
Oh, -1 to strength. Oh no.
Oh.
Yep. That's a fucking 5.
That's a 5. So you are blown 15 feet back.
Dagnabbit.
And the other guy,
God.
he fails as well too. So both these guys move back.
Oh, sugar. I'm like now threatening Judic.
Yeah.
Hello.
And
but more threateningly.
it's just blowing all this wind. And you, Sal, you are fighting against the wind, trying to keep your grip on the ground.
The whole time. Just the
And that's
fur.
it. Sal, it's your turn.
I guess I right myself after that laying. Oh, I guess that's what I was doing. I was laying back on myself again, like the stairs, and that's how I was maintaining my composure.
Yeah.
You
Very
have
aerodynamic.
4 feet for bracing against.
Well,
Well,
what you
so-
do is you make a triangle. You go down to the first 2 front paws, and then you lean back, and you go, wacky wave
Wedge.
inflatable in the back. Yeah, wedge.
Wedge
There you go.
shaped.
Like a door.
So any creature in this line has to spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot if it's moving closer to it. So if you do want to move anywhere left or right, you got to spend double movement, basically.
Oh, sugar.
That's
Just
a
FYI.
dick thing to do. If I may be so bold.
Well, actually, I guess you don't have to spend double movement if you're going with the wind. You just need to let go.
Let it go.
Do I get extra movement for that?
Yeah, you get extra movement. You just can take off.
Let your cape out like Batman.
Take off.
Now I have a question. Does that apply to magical bolts of ice?
Oh man. See, this is why Joe hates these spells. What's the read the spell?
Spell is what's got 60-foot range, first off, and I create a shard of ice and fling it at one creature within range because I'm making a ranged spell attack.
I would say, yeah, it halves the movement. Like you can still hit him, but it'd be 30 feet, right? Because like logically, you're still fine. But you're like throwing something, right? And if it costs double movement, then logically it would be like you can't throw it the same rate of speed. So I'm gonna say it costs movement. Good ruling, Harlan. I think that's a good. I like that.
Give yourself inspiration.
Good job, bud. Let me give myself inspiration to kill you.
I'm also going to add to this wonderful festivities of giving things by giving a knife bolt of ice.
Yes.
It's very generous of you.
Knife.
And I'm again doing it at level 3. Because
Yes.
Sal's not feeling great about current events, about that flubbing that was supposed to be a wonderful time, and it did not fizzle out the way it should have. So dirty 20, to hit him in the face with the ice knife.
That hits.
Okay, here's the other thing. I misread what the spell was. So it's supposed to be each
I
target.
just boosted him, guys. I healed him.
The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
Yeah.
But when using a spell slot of second level or higher, the cold damage increases by 1d6 for each slot level above first. And because my base damage seems to be 2d6 regardless, it's actually going to take 4d6 of cold damage if he fails.
That's fantastic.
So that's a lot cooler. Let me hit him first with the bolt of ice.
Nice.
Do it.
Jesus Christ. So he gets one little snippet of ice fleck in his face for the first initial. Just gently land.
How much?
Exactly.
Ice chip.
One piece.
And then he's going to get 4d6 of
well,
damage.
hold on. How much damage for the first one?
One.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ice chip. Thank you. Ice butter knife.
Eye. Oh, it's melted.
Light.
I'm fine.
He's just like, oh, it's not shit, it's water.
Brain freeze.
Damn it.
Brain freeze.
It was windy.
That's good.
All right. And the second?
And now he has to save against.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Dexterity saving throw. Come on, man.
That is a 11.
What? And this, I have my save D 13.
Yeah.
Finally, that little chip explodes into 21 points of ice damage.
That's awesome.
So small and deadly.
Erica, what does it look like when you kill this guy with ice knife?
It is the smallest fleck of ice chip that remains in that blistering wind that lands directly on under his eye, almost melting, and then exploding from that spot in a massive snowball of just catastrophically red water, frozen water that ends the wind around us.
Epic.
Oh, does it like blow up and freeze his blood? So his like he's just like in a
absolutely.
perpetual
Oh, that's
explosion.
cool.
In the sharp namesake of the spell.
That's good.
Wow. That also, just for the record, that literally just killed him.
I love that.
Yes, it did!
Nice.
He had 45 hit points, you had 24 damage, and then the 21 literally exactly killed him at 45. It's so funny because
Good sides.
I was like, that's enough. It'll probably kill him. And then I did the math. I was like, oh, that like literally just killed him.
Awesome.
Great job. Good move.
Hell yeah.
All right. Do you have any other things you want to do? Oh, I guess the
I'd like to
spell
gloat.
ends.
I could
It's
do
a
that.
free action.
I would like to move up closer to that fountain.
Do it, coward.
Oh yeah.
I cowardly cowered my way over to it.
I mean, do it, hero.
There we go. That was it, right?
Every step
That's
sounds
right.
like a knife.
Forest knives. All right, next up is Gary.
Oh.
Gary,
Yeah.
there is one guy to the left of you.
Has Judic dealt damage to that
Yes.
fucker?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm a bonus action move my hex onto him.
Do
Get him.
it.
Now he's hexed. And apparently in hex you can like give them disadvantage on an ability score or an ability save. Ability
Probably, I
check.
don't know. That's on
And I'm
you.
going to say wisdom.
Okay.
And then I'm going to point at him and say, "You're stupid. and cast Toll the Dead.
Nice.
They must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage unless they're missing some of their hit points, in which it takes 1d12, and at 5th level, it'll take 2d12 if it fails its save of wisdom 15.
Okay. So
Ring his bell.
So it's disadvantage on wisdom.
It's not.
Yep.
It's actually. It's. Can I be
Is it
the
not?
one who goes, teacher, check my homework?
What?
It's
Is it
disability. Sorry, not disability. It's disadvantage on an ability check, not
That
a
makes
saving
sense.
throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
I
pick some
wish.
ability later, but yeah, wisdom.
Well, unfortunately, his wisdom is -1, but he rolled a 2, which means it's 1, and he fails.
Fuck you, butt face.
He's like,
Roll.
ah! And you look at him, and he's got like 2 big flabby cheeks, like he literally has a butt face. He's like, and you're kind of like, why does that do something for me? And he's like, and it's like a slow motion moment for a second, and you're like, oh no, something's awakened in me. This is a fetish for me. And then you really hurt him.
I rolled exactly the same as last time, which was a 1 and a 10. So he takes 11 from that, and then an extra d6 because of the hex.
All right.
Bastard.
So how
He
much
takes
damage
like
to him?
13 damage. You poop.
That's it?
Yeah, 13 damage. Bleh.
You mean, whoa, so much
13
damage.
Oh, he's barely standing.
Oh.
But he's
Told the
still
dead.
standing. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Something.
Barely standing in the woods. Got a butt cheek for head.
2.
I like your cover better than the
Thanks.
original.
Jay, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Cassidy, what does Cassidy do?
All right. Okay, so to start, I think that she's thinking about moving a little north to go see that other fella, or perhaps go to the fountain. But when she goes to move, sort of like a spectral version of herself splits and stays back, and she kind of gets like glued between them and looks a little confused. Mechanically, this is me activating on a bonus action my astral self.
What?
But I'd like to flavor it
Nice.
as like a divergence of me being back in the hereafter.
I love it. It's like a
That's
version.
awesome.
It's like a version that you've been here before
yeah.
and done it and
Like-
died.
That's
racing
so
myself.
cool.
Yeah, like a
Like a
version of
ghost
you
in Mario
like
Kart?
when
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you get like astral projected back, you're getting hit with a javelin in the chest. Like it's a spectral javelin. You're like
That's
dying.
so
You're like,
fucking cool.
but you're still standing there and you're like remembering it. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
That's so cool. I'm jealous.
Yeah, inspiration if you don't have it already.
Oh, I have it.
Well,
Gosh
give it to
darn
somebody else then.
Okay. Wait, like right now? Or
Yes.
save it?
Yes.
Who's going next? I'm gonna give it to Brea so that she can get a sneak attack.
Thank you.
But when I activate my astral self, whoever's within 10 feet of me has to make a dexterity saving throw DC 14, please. and thank
Nice.
you.
Okay.
That's rock and roll.
And you best be failing this.
Yes.
if you know what's
What
good
was
for
it?
you.
Dexterity
Dexterity DC 14.
14. He rolled a 14 on the dot and has +2 anyway. So
Boo! All right, that's okay.
sorry.
That's fine. It was just a bonus action, so I think myself and my astral self are gonna do a 1-2 punch.
Ooh, the old one too. I love
That's
it.
sick.
The old 1-2.
Whoa, pop, pop.
That one's cocked. Okay. Oh, I rolled the same thing. 2 14s plus 7, 21. Both 21s to hit.
To hit, both hit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's very good.
It is.
Synchronization.
Oh,
Ooh,
right.
I rolled
all
a
the
1
time.
and a 6. So 7 plus 8, 15 damage in total.
15.
Yeah.
What does it look like when you kill this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think real Cassidy holds back and like kind of is looking back and forth between the fountain, and then without realizing it, her spectral self kind of just like steps in and just like cracks him on the side of the head, and then again uppercut, and then he like flies back. And
as you watch
Yeah.
your spectral version do this, there's a moment where you're frozen in time and you realize the reason this goblin licked that blade is that he killed you before.
Oh,
And your spectral vision is getting like revenge for like the loss that you had experienced before
Chills.
from beyond the grave. you kill this goblin in 2 meaty punches, and he explodes in a shower of blood as your spectral vision like almost locks eyes with you for a second from the past. You know, she looks a little different because they're not having the same pieces missing as you, and then she just like fades away.
Oh, thank you.
Literal chills.
Awesome. Then Judic turns and...
Oh, can I move at the end of my turn? So sorry.
Please do. No,
So
don't
sorry to beat
apologize.
that
I rushed the
guy.
gun. Nope, do it.
I'm just gonna stand in front of this frick.
Do it. He's such a frick. He's a frickin' frick
It's a
hole.
frick.
He's a
All right.
frickin' frick.
I'm done.
Meanwhile, Judic turns and almost point blank, but not because that would be disadvantage, fires with their longbow with a 17, which hits, doing 5 damage. This goblin is stuck to the sticking place where he dies. And finally, the last hobgoblin, is it within line of sight? Yeah, we'll say it is. She spins 360 and no-scopes him with a 16 to hit, and that does not hit, unfortunately. It clangs off of his chainmail, and
Robbed.
she goes, kind of blows her little ear back up and points towards you, Brea, for it is your turn.
All right. Brea was given inspiration and she shall use it. I pull back. Oh, first I'm going to move my hex. So, you know, hair wending its way through the wind, etc.
Yep.
And then... Oh, fuck's sakes. I don't think I hit.
No.
You have
Hold on.
inspiration.
Right. So that was... Hold on. That was a... Why can't I math? 15? Does that hit?
15. Are you doing inspiration?
I'm going to do inspiration if it doesn't hit.
Did we say that? Like, I think it's you guys use it.
Oh, I just have
I don't
to
think
pick?
I tell you if you
All
hit.
right, I'm going to
Wasn't
do
that
it.
how
I'm
we
going to
did
use it. Okay, I'm glad I did.
I think the rule was you guys have to do it. It's kind of like lucky. Like you can use it, but it's not if you don't hit. It's just your own.
Understood. So that's a dirty 20 then.
Nice. That hits.
Rock and roll. So piercing damage. Ooh, max. So I get 9 piercing damage.
I think this guy is shiny anyway, isn't he?
Is he shiny,
I don't
fresh,
think
and
I
new?
hit him, yeah.
Well, he's not about to be.
He's not about to be hit.
He's 26 damage.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. You kill him.
Yeah.
You explode him in a sea of viscera, and you successfully eliminate what is around you for the time being. Well done.
Yeah.
Judic sort of walks over to you, limping. Davmop hops out, panting, looking around, and then she sort of just gestures to him, and he goes off towards one of the goblin corpses and like starts rooting around in it, just like with his nose.
Yeah, can we search the bodies?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Give me a search.
Oh, okay.
Investigate.
I just want to say I'm really proud of everyone's murder today. We all did really well.
Oh,
So good job.
yeah. Good team murders,
I'm
everyone.
so proud of you.
I only rolled an 11.
Out of 14.
Yeah. 14. Okay. Between everybody, you find 35 pieces of gold, 40 electrum pieces,
Whoa.
Electrum.
Electrum.
and 100 copper pieces.
What is electrum?
Electrum is a tenor, I think.
Isn't
Okay.
it between silver and gold? I don't know.
Oh, it's
Silver and
Two
gold.
electrum pieces is 1 gold piece.
Oh, so
Oh.
it's double gold.
It's
That's
a toonie.
awesome.
Got it.
It's a toonie.
Nice.
Yeah, and you roll over the caster, and you see he has a mask attached to his belt. It's sort of a wooden-looking mask, and it sort of looks like a beast a little bit.
Interesting.
Can I
like to
use
put
my
that-
last visions of the past thing from today to make a check on it?
Please do, and remind me
Alright.
what that does.
Sorry, it's my knowledge from a past life. So basically, I can just make a check on it, but I can add a d6 to it to kind of remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Please do, yeah.
And I'm going to use my inspiration because I've been rolling like horseshit.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I'm rolling. I guess
History.
I
I don't know. Arcana, perception, investigation, whatever you want.
rolled a nat 20.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter, does it? You did great.
And I rolled a 5 on my d6. So I rolled
Damn.
25.
plus whatever.
Okay, so you not only know that this is like a magic item, or rather like a wondrous item. I don't know if it's actually magic, but no, it's a magic item. You pick it up and you recognize this. You even know its name. This is the Mask of the Beast. This looks like sort of a bestial face. It's a fox. It's a red fox.
Cool.
And you know that while wearing this mask, you can expend a charge and use it to cast the Animal Friendship spell as an action.
Nice.
And it regains all charges at dawn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Friendship. Okay.
And as you like hold it up, Simon like looks at it and like nods familiarly.
Oh. Interesting. Did I use this on him? I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, but like he's still stuck around because it wears off, you know? Like you can get an animal to be your friend and then afterwards it can eat you. But he was like, I like it. I like this one. This one makes me feel good. I'm sticking
All right.
around.
Fair enough.
Also, he mostly just eats lettuce.
He doesn't want lettuce though. He is like looking at lettuce.
What is this transactional relationship you two have?
I give him lettuce. He give me love.
Yeah. That's
Not
the
a lot to
t-shirt.
understand here.
I give him lettuce, he give me love.com. Yeah, Judic sort of walks over to you each and sort of nods. You all handled yourself pretty well. I'm glad you were here. Normally they don't venture in this far in the woods. There's elk and bears, but not goblins. Thanks.
Thank you. I mean, hell, we didn't get here from old age. We are people who are used to fighting. So I'm glad that. Anyway, what's up with the fountain? You said go over to the
Dip a
fountain
blade in
and
it?
Don't drink from the fountain, I believe is what she
but
said.
dip your blade in the fountain. Brea goes over and she's like, Cassidy, what? Or sorry, what the fuck is her name? Judic. What?
You can ask Cassidy.
I mean, Cassidy also. What's up?
I have no idea.
She walks over to the waters of the fountain and she looks down and you see it's relatively shallow. It's like murky emerald colored water. And she takes out a blade, spins it in her hand and dips it and then goes about dipping each of her arrowheads. And she says, there's legends about these fountains. They have healing properties and can do some pretty wonderful things if the worst should happen to you.
Why would we dip our blades in it then?
Because, well, look, and she holds it up, and those who sort of are familiar with magic, you see sort of like a familiar thrum of energy associated with it. And she's like, it only lasts until dawn for weapons, but it's always worth doing when I'm venturing in.
Cool.
Hang on. What do you mean if the worst... didn't the worst thing already happen to us? What more could happen that we could come back from?
She sort of just looks you in the eye, almost knowingly, and says, those who have drank from this fountain, and fountains like it, have spoke about it restoring some of their lost feelings, memories, and more.
If they
But it
drank from it?
Yeah. But it only does it once. Once you drink from it, never again. Which is why I told you not to drink from it, because you might need it.
All right. Has
I
anyone
mean,
ever,
maybe you've already drank from it, Cassidy. By the way,
Maybe.
what was that you did? That thing where you
Yeah. I sort of. It was almost like I remembered being here, but my body remembered and not my brain. I guess my fists remembered. And I just suddenly just felt like I needed to take that goblin out. I didn't mean to, but it happened all very quickly.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Feeling good, actually. Feeling energized. Thirsty a little bit, standing next to the fountain.
Brea dips her arrowheads in one after the other.
Yeah, and you can see they sort of have an enchantment.
Sick.
So this is temporarily enchanted, so this has a +1 bonus, non-stacking until next dawn.
I have a question.
To hit and damage, or just to hit?
Just to hit, or just to damage.
Can I dip my hands in that
You can?
weaponly?
No.
Damn. But if my
for
hands are weapons, though.
If your hands are weapons, yeah, sure. You'll
your claws.
punch 1 point harder.
That's not bad. I don't mind the idea.
Does it give armor a +1?
Yeah, I want to do little fingers.
Garrison,
No.
dip his cloak in.
Just weapons.
Get it wet.
Actually, no, it does do armor +1. Sorry. Submerging weapons, armor, and ammunition in the waters of the well. Temporarily enchant them, providing a +1 non-stacking bonus that lasts until the next dawn.
Why aren't I just jumping? Can I get into the fountain, please? Can I old yell this?
Make
and
it
get into
easy.
the
You all
drinking
you all shower in it. Sure.
Close
Okay.
your mouth,
Don't
open
drink
your
it.
nose.
But you
Sure,
don't
fine.
drink it, and those who accidentally drink it face the consequence.
Okay, well, I'm
You
going to
feel
shimmy on
great.
in there and not drink it.
Cool.
Can I dip my fists are actually my weapons.
Sure, yeah, you can dip your fists in it.
When I do that, can I stealthily drink some?
Absolutely. Yeah. Cassidy, you dip your fists low and then bring it up and just drink the tiniest bit of water. And for a moment, you anticipate a wealth of memories flashing back to you. And I kind of picture Sal and Garrus and Brea all sort of dipping their weapons and you sort of standing back from them. And as you drink the water, you wait and nothing comes. And as you sort of look around, you see that she's looking at you. And almost with like a solemn nod, she's like, "You've drank from it before."
I knew it.
And then after a moment, she says, "All right, come on. The heart of the forest isn't far now." And you leave this area. And you head once again into the dark, deep forest. You travel again for a number of hours. And suddenly, as you approached what must be the deepest heart of the forest, you begin to see the trees growing taller, their trunks thicker. An ancient grove of trees begin to surround you. You break from the tree line to see this large circle, the ground here, the tufts of grass dry and tall. A large clearing, and in its center stands an especially wizened old oak, which turns as you enter and smiles with a wooden face upon its trunk. And with several sprites flitting about its boughs, it says, "Welcome and peace, friends." It speaks to you in a resonant voice. And we're going to end there for today.
That's awesome. It's like the great Deku tree.
Yeah. So many Majora's Mask vibes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back next week, I assume. We'll check with everybody and continue on this adventure. I'm excited. To get back into it. This is a lot of fun. This is a good campaign. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to keep playing with you all.
Good job,
Yeah.
Harlan.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to learn more about Cassidy.
Yeah.
Cassidy's character.
Yeah,
just
man.
The
I know.
chasm
So
of mystery.
So good. That's expert player right there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Bye, Joe.
Oh shit! What happened?
I don't know. Maybe you removed yourself. We can still
No.
hear you, I think, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
like a little
Yeah.
avoid
Hold
the
on.
voice of Joe.
Hold on a second. I don't want to leave like that.
Regardless.
We can't leave.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us and enjoying tonight. We're going to be back next Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
There we go.
There she is. Yeah, have a wonderful night. We are going to see you next week. I keep saying that. Tomorrow night on Invictus, we're going to be streaming as well. Jay will be joining us, as well as Emily and Alex from Parkdale Haunt. It's going to be a lot of fun. Beyond that, spooky stream Friday, maybe? What are we doing Friday?
Oh, that'll be fun.
I'm going to work.
So
Friday
spooky stream
night.
Friday.
Spooky.
We could do it till 8. We could do it till 10, and then you go. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
we can figure it
Friday
out.
night. It'll probably be boring.
Whistle, 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 whistle.
That is it from us. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see most of you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.